Hey guys, Carlsort here. I can't really talk over that title screen because the music in that thing is much louder than the rest of the music in the game for some reason. But anyway, today I wanted to show you all the new Spelunky. For those of you who may be familiar with the game already, you've probably either played the original PC version of it that came out several years ago. It was made in Game Maker and was kind of, in some ways, faulted for that reason. Then there was the Xbox 360 remake that came out last year. And this is kind of the definitive version of the game, I think, because it has all the improvements of the Xbox 360 version, but it's on the PC. I'm much more of a PC gamer myself than a console gamer, as I've probably said a lot of times before. Also, this has a few features that the 360 version doesn't have. Most notably, the Daily Challenge mode, which is the ability to play the same random world seed as everybody else who plays on the same day. And so when you're ranked on the leaderboard in Daily Challenge mode against everybody else, you know they played the same random world that you played, and you get to see how well you did compared to them on the same exact random seed. The reason that's important is because, for those of you who don't know, Spelunky can be kind of hard and unforgiving, especially when you're out of practice at it like I am. And so I'm going to go through a regular adventure mode run and just kind of show you all what the game is about for those of you who don't know, and who haven't seen this version maybe in particular. Please keep in mind you may have seen Deathmatch and you may have noticed that there's room for other players in the adventure mode. All multiplayer features are local only, which might seem like a bad thing, but when you consider how precise this game has to be sometimes in order to work properly, any amount of lag whatsoever, if it was online, would definitely screw you over. So forgive the developers for not putting in online multiplayer. It would really be more trouble than it was worth, and it would probably just glitch out all the time anyway. That's my opinion. Anyway, this is the main... Okay, well at least we set that off. This is the main kind of meat of the game. This is the adventure mode, which every time you go into it, and I'm having trouble killing this spider, every time you go into it, the world will be randomly laid out differently. Every level will look different than the last time you played. There will be recognizable elements from each level because it kind of pulls from a pool of different kind of grid-like versions of, or grid cube, what would you call it? Like each world, each level is kind of divided up into different chunks. Oh, that's already been set off by, probably a rock that I threw earlier. Anyway, so you might see elements of the levels that kind of look the same or similar to other ones that you've seen before, but they'll all be laid out differently. Fortunately, I used that arrow on that pot because there was a snake inside of it. Anyway, I'm kind of getting off track a lot because there's a lot to talk about in this game. As you play, you kind of get used to how all the different enemies work and how all the different items you can find work and all the different kind of interactions and stuff that might not be immediately apparent in the game. People who have played for hundreds of hours still sometimes discover something that they didn't know before about Spelunky. And that's one of the magical things about it, is even if you know about all the secret levels that you can get to already, even if you've already seen the final bosses, because there's actually two, there's the main one and then there's a secret one, there's always new stuff to kind of know about the game, stuff that you might not have ever thought to do, and when you try it, it actually works. Anyway, what you just saw there, by the way, I rescued that dog by picking him up and taking him to the exit. In the original version of the game, it was just damsels. It was these ladies with blonde hair and wore red dresses, and when you exited the stage with them, they'd give you a little kiss on the cheek to give you some extra health when you exit. Now you have the option of that damsel, or a sexy man damsel, or a stupid-looking little pug, and I think that the pug is adorable, and so I choose it as my damsel type, as a lot of players do. Now, in addition to there being 4 different kind of worlds or types of levels that normally appear, plus the secret ones, there's also these kind of variations of each one. Like in this case, you might have seen that flavor text at the beginning, snakes, I hate snakes, or whatever. Oh man, I'm getting random like lag spikes, probably because I'm recording. It's much easier to kill these spiders if you notice them ahead of time and throw a bomb up into their web. Now I have to kind of battle it, the hard way, and hope it doesn't kill me. Totally wasted that bomb. I thought maybe I could hit it, but I ended up prevailing anyway, and I'm going to go ahead and be risky and grab the grab the idol, which summons this giant boulder to appear, and start crushing the level. It can easily crush you in one hit if you let it. And thank goodness it didn't hit that shop, because it can anger the shopkeeper. You can buy things from shops, or you can... Well, that was an untimely end to our hero. I didn't quite make that jump. I don't know why I was trying to jump across there anyway. And I fell into insta-kill spikes. And that's the nature of this game. Sometimes stuff like that happens, and you just have to get right back on your horse and try again. I was trying to take that idol to the exit, because if you take an idol to the exit, then you get an extra little bonus of gold at the end, and I don't know, it seemed worth it that time, except I failed. I can't remember, can these be pushed through? No, they can't. But there's enough crates in there that it's worth wasting a bomb to get through, so I'm going to do it anyway. Crates can be very valuable because they can contain extra ropes, like in this case. They can... Come on. There we go. I'm not used to these controller controls quite yet, and I'm also, like I said, very, very rusty with the game because I haven't played in a long time. Getting a crap load of ropes. Sometimes they can contain extra bombs, and sometimes they can contain some of the special items in the game. Excuse me. Items like the climbing gloves that allow you to basically do that edge cling thing onto any wall. Items like the cape that allow you to glide down safely from high places, and also glide through spikes so they don't insta-kill you, and slow your descent so you can aim your falls more correctly. I set off both of those arrow traps by throwing that rock in front of it as a decoy. That's a clever move. I also want to do the same thing with this one, otherwise it will shoot me and hurt me really badly. You want to stand beside pots and hit them, because sometimes there's snakes inside the pots. Oh, didn't mean to hit you, Monty, or whatever everybody calls the dog. There's the compass that shows you where the exit to each level will be, because since it's randomly generated every time, you won't necessarily know. All you know is that it's at the bottom of the level. In this case, it's right over there. Let's see, there's the jetpack that allows you to fly around, and there's a secret item that you can't get from shops or crates. You can only get it through a very specific means, called the Kapala, that allows you to drain the blood of enemies that you're damaging or killing, and that blood will slowly fill up this skull-like cup thing, the Kapala, and eventually turn into health for you. It's another way to get health besides rescuing damsels. There's a shotgun that you have to carry around in order to use it, but it's really, really useful because it's pretty powerful. It's the same weapons that the shopkeepers will attack you with if you decide to try to steal from them or hurt them rather than buy from them. And you definitely don't want to make the shopkeepers mad until you have the means, definitely, to deal with them, because they are relentless. And not only will that shopkeeper be mad at you, but every shopkeeper in the game will be mad at you from that point on, and there will be one at the exit to every level waiting for you, ready to kill you. Now that shopkeeper right there is actually defending a vault, which is just a little square that has a couple of chests in it. Those chests contain a whole bunch of gems. Now you have to make the shopkeeper mad to get in there, but it's a great opportunity for what they call ghost mining, where you expose the gems, and then you allow the ghost that appears if you linger too long on any given level to appear. You allow that ghost to go through the vault, turn all the gems into more valuable gems by passing over them, which is something that it does for no particular reason. And let's see, what else? And then you go pick them up for massive profit. Now, I'm not doing particularly great on this run, but I am surviving, and I do have 5 health instead of just the standard 4 that you start with. So I'm doing okay. There's a shop right here next to the exit to this level. Since I haven't found any of the sticky goo for the bombs yet, I might go ahead and buy that here. And you don't know what's in mystery boxes, but sometimes it can be something really good, and sometimes it won't be. Also, there's something special you can do with the mystery boxes involving the sacrificial altars, where you can put NPCs or corpses of NPCs in order to get special rewards. I'm going to pick up a bomb box and the sticky goo for the bombs. That allows the bombs for the rest of your run, because you don't lose the item at all for any reason until you die and have to restart. Basically, it allows you to stick bombs to any surface or enemy. So instead of the bombs just dropping to the ground like they normally do when you use them, and I can't remember if I've actually shown any being used so far yet in this run. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It allows them to stick to surfaces instead of just falling to the ground, and that can be useful in a lot of cases, especially since there's some enemies later that you definitely benefit from being able to stick bombs to. Let's see, what else can I go ahead and say about the game while I have you here? There's just so much to explore about the game, and so many things that aren't... Oh, that was a stupid mistake. So many things that aren't immediately apparent about it until you've played several times. There are people who've played this game for hundreds of hours, and they still will sometimes discover a new trick or secret or something that they didn't know before. Just the other day, I was watching a guy go through one of the secret stages, which happens to be a spaceship, and, oh, I got a new journal entry for those spitting cobra things. Do I wanna... Yeah, I'll go ahead and go back and get this rope and use this. I mean, this bomb. He was just going through the spaceship level, and he figured out that if you whip the turrets instead of shoot them or blow them up with bombs or whatever, they'll actually fall off the ceiling, and then you can pick the turrets up and use them to shoot at other enemies as, like, kind of a laser weapon thing. It's so crazy because, like, he never knew that before. And he's been playing the game for several hours. He's a person that does, like, speed runs and stuff all the time. And, you know, is considered to be as expert as you can get at a game that people are still discovering new things about. And, as you may have noticed, I just took a bunch of, like, really stupid damage. And it's a good thing I threw that down there because it had a cobra in it. You also kind of gain a sense of, like, you know, how the game works and everything. Oh, this level's going to be full of spiders because it has the flavor text that the skin is crawling. There's a unlockable character up there, and it's really kind of a crappy move that they did that in a room full of these granddaddy spiders, which I don't even need to kill because I already have the sticky bombs. Okay, I unlocked the character, and I didn't kill her either. It's not one of the ones that I really wanted to get, so I'm a little bit disappointed, but I can deal with that. And the key to get the chest open for one of the special items in the game that leads to getting to one of the secret stages, actually one of the secret stages that leads to the hidden, like, bonus chapter of the game, is in a room full of more spiders, and I don't really want to fight them. But I know what I'm going to do with her. I'm going to sacrifice her. There we go. I still get the character unlocked, but now I don't have her following me around as a servant. That can be really dangerous. And as it turns out, I didn't need to buy that sticky bomb goo, because this level's full of it. I could have killed any of these large spiders and gotten it for free. But that's just the way things go. That's the way Spelunky is sometimes. Now, these guys take more than one hit to kill. Unless you have the spike shoes and you jump on their heads. I can still jump on his head, but I don't have the spike shoes to make it an instant kill. And I can hit the select to... Oh, it even adds the damsel once you kill it. Anyway, yeah, caveman guy was added to my journal. Gives you the option to go ahead and look at the new journal entries right away if you want to. And that was stupid damage. I fell too far because I didn't just fall from there. I actually hit the jump button and jumped from there. So let's see if I can get this damsel and make up for some of this lost health. Now, one of the funny things to do is to throw your damsel at enemies because, well, it's kind of it's effective, and I don't think it hurts your damsel at all. There are ways to hurt it, and that's not one of them. Not even the arrow trap killed it, although I think now it's at a very minimal amount of health, and I wouldn't want to have done something like that again. So, this is the Tunnel Man. Every time you run into him at a transition between two of the different types of stages, he offers you the opportunity to dig a shortcut. The only thing he needs is sometimes you need to give him items in order to allow him to do this. And he only wants one bomb, so sure, I'll go ahead and give it to him. I don't really want the shortcuts I don't really need to use the shortcuts because it's usually better to make full runs rather than shortcut runs when you play this. And you have to make a full run from the beginning when you play the daily challenge anyway, so it's kind of useless. But, you know, he'll bug you every time you come through these stages unless you actually allow him to help you out, so... Oh, something was making the screen shake. Anyway, might as well kind of get him out of the way so he'll stop bugging me eventually. What you're seeing here is the jungle level, and this is the second main area of the game. There's different kinds of enemies here, including these guys, who are like the cavemans from the first stage, but carry a boomerang item. The boomerang is very useful. It's not as good as the shotgun by any means, but it works in a pinch. And this pulsating thing right here is the secret entrance to one of the stages that you can access in this game that you don't have to go to, but you can if you want to. And since I'm kind of making a video showing off the game, I will go ahead and go into that level and probably promptly get myself killed because it's kind of difficult. The spikes on the sides of these tiki traps, by the way, are, I believe, insta-death, or at least do more damage than you normally would have. More damage than you would normally have of health. So the way to get into this secret stage is to put the damsel on this ball thing, and then stand on it for a second yourself. And somehow he didn't actually get eaten, but I did, so that allows me to go to the secret worm stage. Now your goal is to make your way to the bottom of the stage and escape from the worm, which I will probably fail in doing. But might as well give it a try. There's these spiky ball things that roam around all over the level and make life difficult for you. Oh geez. At least they explode when they hit you. I didn't even know that, but apparently. There's these regenerating wall things that if you're inside of them when they regenerate, they will kill you instantly. There are bats and stuff in here. I guess they got swallowed by the worm too. Poor guys. Poor little she-devils. Thumbs up if you caught that reference. And this is the teleporter item. This is an extremely dangerous item to use because it teleports you seemingly a random distance away from wherever you currently are. Although there might be a rhyme or reason to it that I just don't know about. And if you end up teleporting into a wall, you will die. Oops. I wanted that to go off the edge. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, but I died. You see that dagger there? That's one of the secret items in the game. That's the Chris knife. And instead of it being a regular item that you hold and use and have to keep track of along with any other items that you want to hold, like the damsel or the shotgun or any other weapons or whatever, that actually replaces your whip with something with the Chris knife, which kills any enemy in one hit. And I would have gotten it if I hadn't fallen into the acid and allowed it to kill me. The reason the acid disappeared is because I threw a bomb at the floor to drain the lava pit, or the acid pit, but it didn't drain it fast enough and I died. So that is a brief little run of basically showing you some of the stuff in Spelunky, but certainly not nearly even close to a fraction of everything that there is to see in this game. So I recommend getting it for yourselves, playing it and enjoying it, and discovering all the secrets within for yourself. This has just been a brief little preview of what you can expect when you try the game for yourself. And looks like he still hasn't opened up that tunnel yet, so I probably have to give him more stuff to finish opening up that tunnel. But anyway, this has been the Carlzor. This has been I'd say a kind of semi-successful run, especially considering I haven't played Spelunky in years, of Spelunky. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.